Live with Afghanistan ending on 291 for 5. And so my predictions just missed the mark. 290 I had said. And I had said Afghanistan are the slight favourites in this game. Looking at it, half part of the job has been done. Because Ibrahim Zadran, first Afghanistan batter to score a century in World Cups, he's done it. And a blitz from Rashid Khan, man oh man, that batting, and Azmatullah Omarzai towards the end ensured. I think they've got a far more competitive total than we can think it is.
You really think so?
Yes.
I'm saying they are 40 run short.
But
40 run short. I think Australia should chase it down easily.
But I think with those 4 spinners, Australia's vulnerability against spin and chasing in Mumbai has not been easy at all. I would like to give this as a slight advantage to Afghanistan still.
It's the Wankhede. It's a place where 330, 340 is not safe. And I never had any high hopes from the Australian bowling. I think going forward in the tournament also, remember when we spoke about India doing so well and I picked one team that I wouldn't want India to play in the semis, that was Australia. That was not based on their bowling at all. If India were to play Australia, I would give India to get 300 plus,
yes,
which most days could be competitive winning total, because I think this Australian bowling can be taken apart. You can get 350 also easily against this team. The only reason I was giving Australia a chance is because of the batting. And I said that on a day where you get 340, this is a mad Australian batting lineup. If they are in form, all they need is 2 guys to be in form on that day. They can chase 350 also. That's the kind of batting lineup they have. I agree with your point that Afghanistan, they've played 4 spinners, vulnerability that Australia have against spinners. But I think you also have experience like a Warner, who will then, take his time, get you those runs. Smith is not today, in today. That will be a big miss because they would have really needed. So, I mean, I think that they can. I'd give Australia the edge. I would have liked Afghanistan to get more. By the way, at one point I did think that they'll get more because they had almost reached 200 at 40 with so many wickets in hand. Last 10 overs, you need to go at over 10.
Yeah.
They could have gone over 10. They could have got 300 plus, 310, 315. Then it was a completely different game. I'm a bit surprised they didn't go, but for those fantastic hitting by Rashid Khan, who always does that. And by the way, absolutely love his batting. I don't know why more and more teams don't use him a little higher up. I know that he is known for swinging his bat, but he actually has consistency in doing that. He does it very consistently, playing all those 360-degree shots. Anywhere, very unorthodox way of batting, but quite effective. You should use him, but today I think they did use him for that. I mean, 18 deliveries, maybe a few more, sent him a notch higher up. You would have gone past that 310 that they could have easily got at that 40 run mark. But I'm sure they'd be happy now.
They would be happy, but then I was wondering, okay, they had sent Mohammad Nabi in after the fall of Azmatullah Omarzai. I was wondering why. 7 overs, they could have gone in with Rashid. And looking at the way, and anyway, the Aussie bowlers blundered with 1 over. Maxwell bowling in the 47th over. Why? When you already had Hazelwood, Cummins isn't that good a death bowler when we have seen in the past. Stark missing his line and length on a consistent basis now is a big worry for Australia.
In fact, Stoinis, I think, just got to bowl 1 over.
1 over.
And he was very good at that. Maybe you could have used him a bit more. And I agree with you, Hazelwood's been their standout bowler. He's not finished his quota of full 10 overs.
Yes.
So he could have been your choice to go. And I think what he's doing really right in ODI, he's got the ODI lengths going very well for him. Not the T20 lengths, the ODI length. For T20, sometimes he's expensive. He's got the ODI lengths going. Zampa, once again, has been their star bowler throughout this tournament. Though I wouldn't go as far as what Matthew Hayden, I think, had gone very recently, where he had said that Hayden said it, or was it Watson or something, that he's the best white ball spinner right now in the world.
I don't recall. I think it was one of them.
Yeah, one of them. I'll just say. I think that was kind of pushing it. Ravindra Jadeja, Kuldeep,
Yeah, I
Kuldeep Yadav would have a lot to say about it. Chahal's not playing, but
I mean, he is one of the best
Yeah.
bowlers. But yes, it's a known fact that if Adam Zampa does well, Australia do well. I had mentioned 2021, the T20 World Cup, where it was Zampa's bowling that ensured Australia had the chance every single time. And here, ever since those two games, is it any coincidence that in the two games where he was taken apart, Australia didn't do well? When he's been taking wickets, the England game, 3 for 21, now 1 for 58, held the middle overs quite well. I thought he bowled quite well.
today your Jaya, Shushma, Rekha didn't come to the party.
No, they didn't. Although, if I have to say, they had starts, they didn't convert.
Rahmat, Hashmat,
Azmat, they all got starts 30, 26, 22, but no one.
Jaya, Rekha, Shushma.
Jaya, Rekha, Shushma.
They have-
Hema.
Whatever.
I don't know who's the Hema in the team, but Ibrahim Zadran, I mean, man, what a player. 121. Imagine, had Rashid not hogged most of the strike in the end, he could have broken a long standing record. 132 was the highest individual score set by any batter against Australia in World Cups. That was Neil Johnson of Zimbabwe. Lords. Now he's just fallen 3 runs short. Ibrahim Zadran. What a way to ensure you not only become the first Afghan player to score a World Cup ton, carrying your bat and getting the highest individual score against the 5-time champions.
And might I add, it was the great Sachin Tendulkar that met the team on the eve of the game. Clearly, his tips, how to play at the Wankhede, what to do. I mean, who better than Sachin Tendulkar to tell you about any ground, but more so about the Wankhede, his, turf, and him giving them an idea what to do. Clearly, they've heard him. They've got that. A lot of people are surprised when they chose to bat first as well. Saying that, why not put pressure on them, bring your spinners, get them out. Because why I'm saying surprised, because with an Australian team, you do not know what is a safe total. So in which case, if you put pressure with your bowlers and get them cheaply, then you can then chase accordingly, which Afghanistan has done pretty well in this tournament.
Yep.
Then they could have played accordingly, their batting. But they decided to do that. The only reason, the only other thing is that what Afghanistan has done in this game is not surprising, because they have done their basics right. As in what you've been seeing the trend with them in their batting. They know that their range is that 270 to 290 range.
Yes.
Yeah, that is where they have mastered the technique of getting to, and all their wins have come in similar circumstances when they get that kind of run. And also, if you remember, why I'm saying they mastered, you remember that thing that went viral of the board, white board,
targets,
where they put small targets. So their small targets are roughly, that's the way they approach. That's a one set template where they try and save wickets, not too many risks, play conventional cricket. And you know that if you play conventional cricket, you have the kind of batting to take you to 270, 290, that's your range.
Yep.
So they've done the first part of the game, what they can do safely. Now, of course, if I'm looking at it from Afghanistan's point of view, I think it's the perfect strategy for them. They know that if they try and chase 330, they will not even get 250.
Correct.
So go safe, go to your best, and allow yourself the best chance of winning the game with your bowlers. Now, what's the difference? They did the same thing with India.
Yeah.
What did India do?
India came blazing and decimated them.
Exactly.
31 overs.
I agree that their strategy versus India, that strategy, we remember we had a big debate. I agreed with that strategy. Because had you tried, because India, we want to get 330, you would have not even got 250, and you would have given yourself no chance of competing with India.
Yep.
So you reached your safe target, gave yourself some chance. That's another matter. Rohit Sharma was in the mood of his life, hammered you everywhere, finished, wrap up, pack up, bye-bye, see you. I suspect that's the similar situation that's going to happen with Australia, which is why I'm saying Australia will do it. Though, having said that, again I repeat, Afghanistan have given themselves the best chance.
Yep.
So on a day, even if I'm giving Australia a day, on a day, Afghanistan spinners have a good outing, take some 2-3 quick wickets, set the cat amongst the pigeon, you never know, game comes alive. So they've done what they have to do. Now it's I think beyond their control as such. I mean, of course, their bowlers have to do it beyond their control, as in it'll now completely be up to the Australian batters, the mood that they come in with, the form that they show on the day. Then there's pretty much not much that you can do. If a Warner gets going, if a Head gets going, if a Maxwell gets going,
Mitchell Marsh
gets going, then you are always behind the curve. So that's how I suspect it's going to happen. But good on Afghanistan. What they will be doing at the moment is, getting the heart pumping with nervousness of Pakistani fans, New Zealand fans, all of them right now. The game's precariously plays.
Absolutely. See, the main difference between Delhi and Mumbai is that was a very placid deck. Became easier to bat as the game progressed, and that's why 282, we all argued, was about 80, 100 runs under par.
But you see in Wankhede during IPL, how many runs come here? There's a batting paradise.
But IPL is different. If you look at all the games here, chasing has been difficult in the World Cup. In Mumbai.
I know, because it's mostly also been because of the ball really swinging around a bit. There is that ocean breeze that comes, those conditions. So I agree that batting is tough. But would I give Afghanistan pacers too much chance? No. There's spinners, yes. But God forbid there's dew.
Which I think would be rare. I don't think there is that much of
at this time of the year?
Well, in Mumbai, where it's hot. Absolutely hot.
Not as pleasant and pollution full as
pollution in Mumbai and Delhi is the same. There is no change there.
No, there's still hotter. Less than Delhi.
Yeah, but
there is pollution.
So that is why. And looking at it, there are only 2 pacers in this lineup today. There is only Naveen ul Haq and Asmatullah Omarzai.
That's my point. Will they be in any way threatening or scaring the Aussie batting lineup?
No. But their spinners might.
Yeah.
Because you are opening with Naveen ul Haq and Mujib. Potentially. Then you got Nabi to strangle the flow of runs. And remember, leg spin, Australia, it's kind of difficult. Although Warner might hold the key. I agree. But if Warner goes, then the others have a hit out or a get out mentality at that point.
But maybe I don't know if I'm wrong, and correct me if I'm wrong. The earlier Wankhede pitch probably wasn't that conducive to batting. Whatever I saw of the pitch today, I did not see any demons in it. I thought that this was a good batting track today.
It is.
And of course, Afghanistan made full use of it. But I'm saying, if I was to extend that it's a good batting track, and if it's going to play exactly like that for the Australian team, then I don't think they've got enough runs to curtail this Australian batting line.
Yeah.
That's my...
Yeah, because I think at about 233 with 46 overs, I felt that they were way below par. But
at that time, yes.
Yeah. But last 4 overs, 58 runs, kind of balanced it out. Ideally, they should have gotten past 300. Ideally.
What did you make of the catch, Stoinis' catch?
Well, I think Stoinis shot himself in the foot. He said, okay, he caught it, but then he said, I'm not sure. But the more Gaffney looked at, Chris Gaffney, it seemed as if, again, that whether the fingers were underneath the ball, that same, I thought he had taken the catch.
Yeah, for me, I'm sorry, but for me, it was a clean catch.
Same here.
I thought it was a blunder by the third umpire not to give it out. The only angle which was creating any doubt was the front,
yes.
Which it looked like that. Every other angle that you looked at it from, the 2 other angles that they showed the side on, it was clearly his fingers under the ball. And I'm sure the umpire, once he got that view, a 180-degree view, if not a 360-degree view, that should have been enough for him to have decided to do that. Also, I mean, we keep mentioning this a lot of time. The front-on angle is never quite accurate because you get that paradox of, your hand seeming to be...
Parallax error.
Whatever that error that comes, where it seems like that the, hand hasn't come in time and the ball has hit the ground. Correct. But it's always, remember, from where you're seeing, you're looking down a bit. It's never exactly at the ground level.
Yes.
The camera is always above ground level. And so when it, is being looked at from that height below, it does seem like it's touched.
Correct.
It gives you that effect. So, and it always, and I'm sure if we can figure it out, having seen years and years of cricket and this issue come up, I'm sure the third umpire should keep that in mind. If it was touching the ground, the side angle would show you too, but it wasn't. I thought it was a blunder. I mean, umpiring hasn't been very good,
Yeah.
and funny we're talking about an umpiring blunder, which now seems like minor compared to what happened yesterday.
Oh,
but
yeah.
still, it's still an error. If I
It is,
was
it's a big
Soines, I
error.
was hard done by it.
Yeah, but then why did he have to go for it? Review. If
No,
he was
but
clear.
I'm saying that's his conscience where he's saying, listen, I have taken it, but you check it.
An Aussie.
I wouldn't do it, though I agree with you.
Yeah, an
I
Aussie
wouldn't
with
do it.
conscience. That's
No,
very.
he's quite different that way.
He is,
Yeah,
he
I
is.
mean, the new age Aussies are slightly different. Like
Culture
I
change.
know, also they tried to change that image after the whole sandpaper game. Like I've seen them, Aussies earlier were like, just play to win, no matter what. Win has to be there. Shake the hands later. Blah blah blah. But if you see the present bunch,
Yeah.
I think they are in that sense quite honest and sporting that way and ready to. Stoinis is one, Zampa, surprisingly both very good friends.
Very good friends. Yeah.
They have a sensitive side as well
Yeah.
to them, which is very unusual. And unlike Aussies in the past, always playing tough, playing hard, these guys, not to say that they are weak, but they play fair. And,
They do.
unlike the Ricky Pontings and the Michael Slaters.
Ponting would have gotten a fit if he was there today.
Or a Merv Hughes or
David Boone.
David Boone or the Alan Border.
Border, man. I wouldn't want to
Yeah.
be in his bad books because he was a mean guy.
Mr. Grumpy.
Yeah. I mean,
He's very sweet. I've had the chance to
Yeah.
interact with him after his time. A very, very sweet guy. Really sweet
Yep.
guy. But yeah, playing days.
I think it sounded of Craig McDermott, right? Hey,
Craig Mc-
you tell that to me, you're boarding the next plane home.
No, he told that to Dino as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Tino.
Weakling out.
Yes.
Yeah, he was a tough guy.
Yep.
But that's how they play their cricket. These Aussies are different. That's why Stoinis. Michael Slater.
He had an argument with our head coach. I mean, in Mumbai, that too.
I mean, Ricky Ponting
He was out.
Ricky Ponting took a catch which wasn't a catch and yet said it's out.
Sydney.
So
Yeah.
that
Taking
was
the-
very different. This Aussie teams.
By the way, a record chase will have to be attempted today. The highest successful chase that Australia ever had to do.
At the Wankhede or ever?
Ever.
In a World Cup.
Yes.
Because they never allowed teams to chase that. But again, I'll again put a asterisk to it. While I agree it does look like a uphill task, and you look at a record chase and so on and so forth. Why I'm putting an asterisk to it is this tournament 390 seemed chaseable, 345 has been chased. Most occasions it is, that day 400 of New Zealand could have been chased.
Yeah.
So, because conditions have changed, the rules have changed, 2 new balls, all of that, whenever we look at record chases, we always see from time immemorial where it was completely different rule. These conditions today, for example, I'll just say, they've got, as you're saying, almost a 300 run target. But if you look at the bowling card, look at a Hazelwood at 4.3, a Maxwell at 5.5, a Cummins at 5.9, a Zampa at 5.8, a Head at 5, a Stoinis at 2. These are economy rates. And if I'm any of those bowlers, I'm saying I had a good day.
Yep.
And yet you see got 300 on the board. So without taking any risks or making a bowler look foolish, yet teams are getting to 300 is what I'm saying. So all Afghan bowlers can have decent days, good days, and yet it can be chased down. That's how cricket has changed.
Correct.
And one day cricket, which is why I'm saying that when you look at record, it does seem like uphill task, but I don't know.
I don't know how they'll combat Noor.
It'd be interesting, but I never quite have understood why they underutilize Noor.
Exactly.
Never understood. I think they should play him far more often.
It is going to be these two. Rashid, they will look to play out because the ideal strategies nowadays, an economy rate of 4.6 for Rashid in this World Cup, just play him out. But in this kind of a chase, whether they can ever play him out because it's 292, it's not 252. That is why Noor will be much more deadlier than.
He will be. He's, I don't know if you saw, there was a video on social media. Do you see that?
Yes,
Exactly.
Rashid, and yes, my goodness.
He's just like a mirror image.
The release point,
Everything.
the exact. Oof, it is. Rashid and Noor, I'm telling you, these two, Rashid will choke the runs, Noor might capitalize. That's why you look at it. Marsh, Warner, Head, get out or hit out. Same you look at it with Maxwell. Maxwell and Smith. Are we really serious about it? He'll hit a 6, he may hit 2, third he'll get out.
Possible. Or Maxwell is the same guy, could get you
A 40 ball
140 in 80 balls also.
That's also there.
Like-
But with 4 spinners, he can't resist the urge.
He can't. I agree. Let's see which version of Maxwell.
But they do have deep batting, Australia. They bat till Stoinis, Stark, all the way down. Inglis also, until number 8 or 9. Cummins is a great hitter.
That's why I see Australia chase this down.
Yeah.
Do we have any questions?
So
Let's take some questions from our cricket crazy subscribers.
Yep.
Vishal Panchal.
Yes. Happy Afghanistan are doing well. On Angelo timeout, I am sad everyone either saying spirit versus law. Isn't safety greater than either spirit/law? Common sense, not common.
But Vishal, if you saw our dugout yesterday, that's exactly the point that I made. I said, forget the law, forget the spirit. If I'm the umpire and if I see a batter come in and his helmet strap is broken, which is telling me that he wants to wear a helmet. If he's come out with a cap and he doesn't want to wear, I can't force him to.
Yep.
That rule doesn't exist. Though maybe going forward you should do it even for spinners, because it can really be dangerous. In today's day and age where you got concussion subs, maybe you need to make helmets mandatory no matter what. That's another debate. But I'm saying in this case the batter knows that the spinner is bowling, he's worn a helmet and he's come out, which is a clear indication that he wants to wear a helmet, right? If I'm the umpire, I see that strap is broken, even if he's going to be ready to take strike, I'm going to stop it. I say no, please, I'm going to 2 minute, not 2 minute, doesn't matter, please get the helmet check. Even if the player says no, let me play one ball with this so that I avoid and I'll get it after that, I'll say no, because that one ball you never know.
Yep.
No strap means it's loose, you get hit.
Wicket.
I mean, you can hit badly. Without a strap, the ball can still pierce through, dislodging the helmet also. And you're saying it's a spinner, so not too much pace. But imagine, sometime you generate the pace with the bat. So let's say if I play a stroke, hits the bat and that comes really quick.
Yep.
So there are so many things that can happen in the game. Why would I want to take a chance? For me, a life of a player or career of a player, I don't want a Nari contractor to happen. I know there's no Charlie Griffith bowling now, but still.
It was Shakib.
Yeah, but I'm saying if the batter himself has worn a helmet and come, I would do it. Yeah, as I said, if he was wearing a cap, that means he wants to play like that, then I let it continue.
Yeah, and Angelo is not as if, he's never played with a cap. He has played with a cap. But yeah, I think it was the strap breaking at the wrong time. I mean,
but if it's happened, we can debate whether right. If it's happened, then you have to make that leeway. That's what I'm saying. It's common sense because of safety.
Yeah.
Everything else is apart, and we discussed that for safety. Rule, not rule, spirit is secondary. Then you can debate. Had this not happened and he had come out, and then we debated, then somebody could have said, yeah, come on, spirit of the cricket, how does it matter if he's 10 seconds late? That's another debate. Somebody who said, no, rules are rules, I'm a stickler for rule, 10 minutes, seconds means 10 seconds play. That's a different debate. But here I'm saying there's a third dimension, there's a third element, which of safety that came into play, and his strap broke. That I think it supersedes all other things for me. Safety is paramount.
Yep.
That we had said.
Ashish Dhar is saying, Sachin may have told Afghanistan bat first considering Oz. Maybe. Because if you look at Australia in 1996, they batted first at the Wankhede, defended 16 runs. By 16 runs they defended. So that's why I think it's a good ploy. I think Afghanistan winning the toss was the best thing. They knew they wanted to bat, and that's why they have set up a good total. Wait, there is a comment from Bahar Ali.
Okay.
Bahar Ali from Pakistan is saying Shubman Gill will score big in knockouts. He's a big match player.
Quite possible.
Yes.
Quite possible. But can I be honest, Bahar? Right now, the Indian batting and the Indian bowling, I have faith in all 11 that take the field.
Yeah.
On a given day, any one of them is a match winner. Any one of them. And that's really rare. Every team, when we spoke about Australia today, we picked out 2-3 players that can do it, right? I mean, if I look at that 11, who are you? I'll pick out a Warner maybe, like a Head maybe, or Maxwell if he goes mad on a given day, right? But those are your big. But India is like everybody. 1 to 11.
I'm telling you, only one factor can dent India, and that is bad luck. Nothing else will stop India because they're bowling, they're batting, they're fielding. Everything is like a well-oiled machine at this point. So, as I said, only bad luck can prevent India. Nothing else.
Yeah.
Ashish Ranjan.
No, Jayadev Pachala. Just reminding us.
Highest chase ever in Wankhede is 281. And highest ever that Australia have had to chase is 287 versus New Zealand, 1996, Chennai.
But as I said, don't take those numbers very seriously. Very different times, very different conditions, very different. I mean, as I said, 345 had never been chased in a World Cup, almost happened. New Zealand almost pulled off 390. Pakistan almost pulled off a 400.
Yep.
Versus New Zealand. So those things are like unheard of. That would happen once in a blue moon.
Yes.
But in this tournament itself, you've seen. That's why I think. Though I agree, it will be a good contest, good Afghanistan bowling. So for Afghanistan, their stronger suit is their bowling.
Yep.
For Australia, their stronger suit is their batting. So it's good to see both have finished with their comparatively weaker suit. And so in that sense, Afghanistan seems to have done a better job. But let's see what happens going forward.
Freaking awesome. Not in the World Cup, but in ODIs. This is going to be the highest chase if it happens. Besides India, no other team won by chasing. More than one ODI in Wankhede. India won 8 times by chasing. Yeah, but then the total also was little. That is why. So, yeah, I mean, let's see. If Australia can chase it down, great. Let's see. Vishal Panchal saying, hope Afghanistan makes semi-final. They made World Cup excited. Absolutely. I want them to win so that Kudrat ka nizam is shut. I want them to win.
Why are so anti? All Pakistani fans are going to hate you for this.
Nah.
I am going to be the best team should make the semi-final.
And Afghanistan have been better than Pakistan.
Yes. So that's why cricket is fair.
Yeah.
That if Afghanistan were to beat anyone of Australia or South Africa, they deserve to be there and they will be there.
Exactly.
But if Pakistan were to beat England last game, and if New Zealand are poor enough to lose to Sri Lanka, and Afghanistan ends up losing both these games that they play, then you would have to say that Pakistan deserved it.
Yes. Yeah.
And if New Zealand win their game versus Sri Lanka, and the rest don't, then they deserve it. So I think it just evens out at the end, right? The team that played West. I understand your sentiment. We all love underdogs, and I think Afghanistan, what you love about that story is how little in terms of facilities, infrastructure, they have no leagues, then they all have to play
they can't play in their own
outside.
Home country.
Yeah, they have to get, cricketers from outside to be their coaches and so on and so forth, and yet to be doing what they are, war-torn country, economically really struggling, all of those difficulties put aside, for them to, if they were to make the semis, I think it'll be a Cinderella story for sure.
Cinderella story, yes. Just like 1996, Sri Lanka.
Oh, but see that Sri Lankan team, they had a lot of history as well.
Yeah.
They had a pedigree, and they came into that tournament telling people that they can be dangerous. Not this will be next level.
Yeah, this will be next level. But yeah, 21 years Sri Lanka are knocking on the door. Suddenly they come 1 year prior.
Which is why I'm saying that Afghanistan not so much knocking on the door.
Yeah. They have been in the circuit for 10
Sri Lanka had
15
played
years.
multiple World Cup from the first one. 75, 79, 83, 87, 92. Yeah. So they all had produced some good players, right? Roy Dice was there and Dulip Mendes. So they had produced players that we'd all heard of.
Yep.
But this would be amazing.
Samadhan Thorve is like saying, Samadhan Thorve. Why everyone in India is obsessed with individual numbers? I like Rohit batting. Impact is very much to celebrate than the number. Of course, we all acknowledge that Rohit Sharma's batting at the top is making everybody's life in their batting order far, far simpler.
No, we have actually discussed the impact. By the way, 2 players I'll name, Rohit Sharma and Jasprit Bumrah as well.
Yes.
In terms of wickets, Bumrah's figures will not show you, but he's been outstanding. And I think people realize that. In India, I agree, it's more so in the subcontinent, we are quite number obsessed. Whereas in the Western world, not. You look at it, Australians really don't look at numbers that much, they look at impact. But I guess it's not just in cricket, but it has a lot to do with the culture. A lot of things really need to change. We're always obsessed with numbers and who's there, the individual ranking rather than how the team is doing. We've always been like that. So it's not a new phenomena. It's a different phenomena, but it's a larger debate where we can have looking at various other social factors which actually contribute to this sort of thing. Yep. But I agree. I'm with you. I like this outlook that sometimes the West has, especially the Australian team, where they just look at pure impacts rather than that.
Oops.
So I'll have to run.
Yeah.
First ball 4.
First ball 4 by David Warner.
We'll wind up. Sorry.
Yeah.
We have to go do another program.
Sure. Yes.
We'll see you at the end of the game.
End of the game. Yep.
Siddharth's picked Afghanistan. I've picked Australia.
Yep.
I think they're 30 runs short. We'll find out.
Let's see in the match end. From me and Nikhil. Bye bye.
Bye bye.